I'm Raquel from Funky List. How are you?
Good, how are
Good, how
you?
are you?
I'm fine. Well, my first question is both Neville and Audrey are complex characters. What was it like playing someone who walks on the line with were charming and haunting?
Sorry, so I think there's a problem with the connection. Do you mind saying that again, please?
Yes, Neville and Audrey are complex characters. You, like an actor, how was for you playing someone who was in that line with when being charming and dark?
Mm.
I mean, I think it's kind of what you want as a as an actor is the sort of the intricacies and the complexities of these, they are incredibly complicated characters. And what is so interesting about Towards Zero as a show is the complexities of these characters, and the fact that Neville and Audrey have this very toxic, unfinished, childlike relationship, attraction, devotion, and repulsion that with each other, yet find themselves back together once they've divorced, and you're sort of just unclear of why. And I think that that's so interesting, because I think a lot of the time as humans we do things we don't really know why we do them, and so yeah, so I think it's always like really good fun, as an actor, to get to kind of play with those sometimes conflicting or contradictory ideas, and to go to these sort of dark places and these light places. And I think that's how we are. We can all be intense and light and fun and mean and kind, and you know what I mean? It's quite fun.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So yeah.
So, yeah. Don't be
And
slagging me. Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's so fun. And I think these characters, they just have so many masks, and it is really human, and it's great to kind of feel one thing like as your character, but then have to play another. And that's like was such a great thing to get to do. Um, because they never really reveal how they feel, and they
yeah,
are really complicated, and like exactly what you say, they don't know all the reasons why they do what they do. So then because of that, you get to land in surprising places with them. um
yeah.
Okay. And my next question is, in your opinion, what makes Neville and Audrey different from other characters you have played in the past?
Well, I think part of the draw, and we spoke about this this morning as well, is that part of the draw for both of us was there's a real we talked a lot about Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton and their relationship, and that it's such a fascinating union that those two people had. And in a way, the similarities, we spoke about it a lot. And I think for both of us, I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but like for both of us, I feel that was a real kind of draw. That it's not so much about, well, for me, it wasn't so much about Neville as a character. It was about his relationships with these other, and the dynamics that he had with these other people within the thing, that I found the most interesting. And I think specifically that I had never read something that, even though it's not necessarily a complete and utter focal point of the show, the for me as an actor, the thing that I found the most interesting about Neville was this relationship he had with Audrey, and the history of that, and how they were sort of stuck in this repetitive cycle that they can't quite identify or get out of. And this need and want, and then absolute repulsion, and desire to play a childlike game, but then also wanting to be the victim and the perpetrator at the same. This is incredibly complicated, and I just thought that's really interesting, and not something I'd necessarily read before. Sorry, I've spoken too much.
But you said it so well. And that's exact. You've said it so well.
You're like that. Same. Next question.
Same. Same. Yeah. 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 I actually don't have anything to add to that. You spoke so beautifully.
Thanks.
Well, thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure, and congrats for an amazing show.
Thank you
you
very
so
much.
much.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Bye.